Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled among rolling green hills of Tuscany, there lived a 25-year-old young woman named Elena. Elena was kind-hearted, hard-working, and loved by everyone around her. But deep inside, she carried a storm. Her mind never stopped racing. She thought endlessly about mistakes she made in the past and worried constantly about what would happen in the future. At night, she could not sleep. During the day, she felt heavy, as if her heart was trapped in a cage. Even though she smiled at people, she had forgotten what true peace felt like. One evening, while walking near the olive groves, Elena overheard a traveler speaking to the villagers. He told them about a wise old woman who lived in a distant valley. Once, she had been a well-known therapist in the city, helping countless people find peace of mind. But years ago, she had left the city life behind and settled in the mountains, surrounded by nature. Now people said she lived simply but still welcomed those who came seeking guidance. Elena's heart leapt. She thought, if anyone can teach me how to calm my restless mind, it must be her. And so, with determination, Elena packed a small bag and set off the very next morning. Her journey was long and tiring. She crossed vineyards, narrow dirt roads, and climbed steep hills. For days, she walked under the sun and stars, driven only by hope. Finally, she reached a small stone house at the edge of the valley. Vines grew around its walls, and birds sang sweetly in the trees. On the porch, sitting quietly with eyes closed, was the old woman. Her face was lined with years, but her expression was peaceful, almost glowing. Elena stepped forward softly and said, "Nonna, my heart is heavy. My mind never stops thinking. I'm drowning in thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow. Can you help me find peace?" The old woman slowly opened her eyes and gave a warm, knowing smile. "So you seek peace? Then I will give you a simple task." The old woman filled a clay bowl with water right up to the very brim. She handed it to Elena and said, "Take this bowl and walk to the big oak tree at the edge of the village and back. But remember, do not spill even a single drop." Elena hesitated but nodded. She held the bowl carefully with both hands and began to walk. The road was full of distractions. Children were laughing and chasing each other. Dogs barked loudly. Merchants called out, selling fruits and bread. But Elena did not look at them. Her entire focus stayed on the water in the bowl. Step by careful step, she made her way to the tree and back. Finally, she stood before the old woman again. Her arms were trembling, but the water had not spilled. "Good," said the old woman with a smile. "But tell me, Elena, did you see the children playing? Did you hear the laughter or notice the clouds drifting above?" Elena shook her head slowly. "No, Nonna, I didn't notice anything. My mind was only on the bowl." The old woman's eyes softened. "Exactly. That is the lesson. Your thoughts are like noise from the street. When you give your mind something to focus on, the present moment, then all the noise fades away. When you were walking, you were not worrying about the past. You were not afraid of the future. You were here now. And in that moment, your mind was free." Elena's eyes filled with tears. For the first time in many years, she understood. Peace was not something she had to chase in the outside world. It was something already inside her, waiting to be discovered in the silence of the present moment. Elena bowed her head with gratitude. "Thank you, Nonna. Now I see it clearly. If I want peace, I must stop chasing shadows of yesterday and tomorrow. I must live here now." The old woman smiled once more. "That is the secret, my child. Free your mind, and your heart will rest." As the sun set over the valley and the sky turned golden, Elena walked back home. She was no longer the restless, troubled young woman she had been. She had learned how to calm her storm. Her mind was light, her heart was free. From that day on, Elena carried the secret with her, the true power of living in the present moment. If you like this story, please share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring tales like this one. Until next time, stay calm, stay peaceful, and remember, true freedom begins in your mind.